understanding this is all fantasy, let's talk about the $1.1 billion you're going to win tonight.
Yeah, think positively. With the Mega Millions jackpot approaching record territory, every player looking for an angle right now to cash in. John Shumway reached out to some experts to find out the best angle. So what did you learn, John?
Yeah, we've eliminated prayer from this, by the way.
Okay.
We're going for everything else. Wouldn't it be nice? Think of all the people you could help. Think about waking up in the morning not having to worry about money. But first, you need to win, and you need to win alone. First, ignore the fact that everyone else in the country is trying too, and that everyone faces the odds of 1 in 303 million.
With enough people playing across the country, we expect someone to win.
CMU math whiz Michael Young says picking your own numbers isn't really an advantage.
Whatever numbers you pick, it's the same probability that the computer picks those numbers for someone else.
In fact, at the Harvard University Department of Statistics, Dr. Mark Glickman says choosing birthdays, anniversaries, etc. is not a good idea.
If you pick those kinds of numbers as your lottery picks, you're probably going to be having somebody else that's going to make those same picks. And the problem is that if that lottery number wins, you're going to split the cash prize with those people.
The experts say quick picks are the better way to isolate your winning ticket. And if you win, do you take the lump sum or the full $1 billion through the annuity?
If you're somebody who's pretty young, where you're pretty sure you're going to be alive in 30 years, that actually might be a reasonable way to go.
But know this about the annuity checks.
It starts out with a relatively small-ish amount. It's not just simply the total price divided by 30. It's less than that. And then it increases, I think, 5% year by year.
So if it was divided by 30, it'd be about 22 million after taxes each year. But I found a calculator. So his smallish amount he was referring to, that first check, would be just under $10 million after taxes.
What?
And it would increase by 5% each year. So the last year, that check would be $41 million. Of course, you could take the lump sum, and after taxes, that would be $389 million. Notice I didn't say only $389 million.
No, because that's a substantial amount. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, when you dream about this, I always think I'm going to share this if I win with people. But apparently, you should be careful what you promise.
Yeah, you do have to be careful. Besides all the relatives you never knew you had, all those people that you have said in the past, oh, I'll take care of you. Remember those things. There is a history of lawsuits against lottery winners based on their offhand comments that they would share. People take it seriously and will go to court to try and get the money. So whatever you do, whatever your best intentions are, do everything with lawyers and accountants and try to remember everybody you promise.
I can't remember, John. Do you have to release your name?
It all depends on where you win. Some states allow you to be anonymous. I believe in Pennsylvania you do have to go public. However, somebody formed a trust for the winnings, and what won was the trust, so their names never really came out.
I see.
Right.
There
Or
may
you
be a
can
way
just be
around it.
John S.
John S.
Yeah.
All right.
Although
Good luck
we'll
to
know
you.
who it is if it's John S.